So I just read that Apple stock dipped 21%, which is more than 20%, and 20% is the official number to be considered into bear category. So this makes me very happy, because even though I'm recording this with an iPhone 6s Plus, I have been predicting that Apple is overvalued. And another company that I love to hate on, which is even more overvalued, much more overvalued than Apple, is Tesla. And the reason I hate these two companies, there are many reasons, but the two main reasons is because these companies are for retarded fanboys. That's one. But more importantly, well, I don't know which one's more important. These are communist companies. But they're communist in slightly different ways, but communism fails, and it's going to fail for both of them either way, even though they have different kinds of communism going on. So let's take Apple first. Why is Apple a communist company? Because they practice top-down decision-making, centralized sort of way of thinking, same as a communist economy. So compared to their obvious rival, which is Google, Google is not only practicing a sort of decentralized model with Android, but in fact they're so committed, Google is so committed to being this decentralized like ecosystem, that they when Google owned Motorola, they wouldn't let Motorola make the Nexus devices, or rather they wouldn't let it make more than a sort of equal share of Nexus devices. Nexus devices are very profitable to make because they're guaranteed to be a success. There was never been one Nexus device that wasn't well reviewed. So when you make a Nexus device, you're guaranteed 5-star reviews, or at least 4 stars. So obviously every manufacturer would like to make a Nexus device, and since Google owned Motorola, they could have let Motorola make all of the Nexus devices, but no, they wouldn't do that, simply because they were that committed to making it fair to every other company that makes Android devices, that they wouldn't even let their own company, which they owned, Motorola, make all of the Nexus devices. So Google is not just practicing this sort of decentralized free market competition style system, but they're extremely committed to keeping it open and fair and decentralized. Apple is the complete opposite. Everything has to be decided from the top. There's only one phone. There's not like 500 different phones and that you can choose from on Android. No, there's one, well, in 2 sizes at least, and 3 colors. But there's one, and there's this one Apple store, and you can't get apps anywhere else. Everything is locked down, etc. Porn is banned on the App Store, etc. So it's like, it's fucking fascist. No, I don't want to use the word fascist because I have nothing against fascists, but it's you know what it is. It's communist. It's a top-down centralized system. Now Tesla is also communist, but for a different reason. Tesla is probably more communist than Apple because A, it takes money from the government, green money, right? And B, it's a complete failure, like all communist systems. Now people don't know that Tesla is a failure because every magazine says how wonderful it is, how great it is, and how progressive it is. Well, progressive, obviously it's progressive, it's communist. and and so on. But the reality is, Tesla has never made a single dollar. They have absorbed billions of dollars of government green money, and they still to this day continue to lose money on every car they sell. In fact, they lose $4,000 on on every car they sell. So if you take something like their competitor, Mercedes S-Class, right? News magazines will tell you that Tesla has beat every car in its class except Mercedes S-Class, right? In terms of number of cars sold in US, well, maybe. But the objective of any business is not to sell product, it's to make profit, right? And companies like Mercedes and BMW, they make something like $20,000 to $30,000 on every flagship car that they sell. They make like peanuts on like the 3 Series, right? Because 3 Series sells for about 35,000, so 3 Series costs maybe like 30,000 to build and sells for 35,000. So they don't make much on those kinds of cars. But like on the 7 Series, on the S-Class, it's like tens and tens of thousands of dollars of profit on every car. Meanwhile, Tesla loses 4,000 on every car. Not even $1 of profit. 4,000 loss on every car. But the news that you read is not gonna be about that. It's like, oh, Tesla sold more cars than BMW sold 7 Series. Okay, but BMW made like $30,000 on every car they sold, on every 7 Series they sold, and Tesla lost money on every car, right? So Tesla is a failure, like communism is a failure. But because the media is run by communists, they love Tesla and they love Apple, but they are failed. And today, the news apparently is that this simple fact is starting to get through to the dumb fucking heads of the investors, because Apple lost more than 20% of its stock value, so they lost $160 billion worth of value in stock. Good. Now if only this would happen to Tesla as well. Okay, thanks.